So this is another video on GCSE mathematics, and there are plenty more videos if you go to gcsemathsexpert.com. okay, so this lesson is about difference of two squares, and it's the continuation of factorizing quadratics, and it's part 3. The difference of two squares is where there is one term squared, take away another term squared. Now we may be asked to factorize something like this: x squared minus 25. Now in order to explain this, we're gonna perform these operations. So we're gonna have a plus b in all bracket times a minus b. So the only difference is the sign. Yeah, we've changed this from a plus to a negative. Yeah, and you can multiply it out. We're going to use the FOIL method. So you're going to say a times a, which is a squared, then a times minus b, which is minus ab. Okay, then we're going to multiply the second term in the first bracket, b times a, which is plus ba. Now b times a is the same as a times b. The order in which you multiply is not important, it's the same. So these a times b is the same as b times a. Okay, then the last term is b times minus b, which is minus b squared. Now we collect the terms here. So we have a squared, and then we have minus a plus b, minus ab plus ba. So this is negative on a positive, so they cancel out. So you cross them out, yeah. So it's nothing, yeah, 0. Then what we have left with is minus b squared. Okay, so we have two numbers squared, yeah, which is a squared minus b squared, and subtracted. Yeah, so we can say that a plus b times a minus b, therefore, yeah, these three triangles means therefore in mathematics. So we can say that a plus b times a minus b, therefore, is actually a squared, take away b squared, two numbers squared and subtracted. This is actually called the difference of two squares. Yes, and it's an important pattern which crops up in exam questions and you should be familiar with. So we're going to use this new law where a plus b times a minus b is actually equal to a squared minus b squared. So now this expression we can factorize out. Yeah, so it's x squared minus 25. Now 25 is actually a square number, and its square root is 5. Yeah, so you can write it as that. So you can write that 5 squared, so it's going to be x squared minus 5 squares, x squared minus 5 squared is equal to, we're going to use the difference of two squares. So you got something squared, x squared, take away something else squared, 5 squared, which is equal to x plus 5, and it's x minus 5. So it's factorized. Yeah, so because this is 1 squared, take away another squared, 5 squared, yeah, which is same as this. We could write it in this form. Yeah, here. So it's going to be x plus 5, x minus 5. So it's factorized. So we've been asked to factorize x squared minus 25, yeah, from the previous example. So we're going to do this the traditional technique, which we've discussed in the 2 videos extensively before this video. So I've done about 10 examples, so you should be familiar with this technique. So this x squared minus 25 can be written as, there's actually a 1 in front of you, so you can write 1x squared, right? Then plus, there's actually no x's, so 0x. The coefficient of the x is 0, so we write here 0x, and we take the minus 25, yeah, right? Now, so doing the other method, what we say is, if you remember, what's 1 times minus 25? 1 times minus 25 is minus 25. Okay, then we say to ourselves, we want two numbers which multiply to give minus 25 and add to give 0x, the coefficient of the x. Yeah, so those two numbers are 5 and minus 5. 5 times 5 multiply to give minus 25. 5 add 5 gives 0, the coefficient of the x. So then we're going to use these two numbers, 5 and minus 5, and we're going to split the 0x, this 0x. So we'll write this as 1x squared, and we'll write this as minus 25. We split the 0 and we use these two numbers. We write it as 5x plus minus 5x because it's 0, yeah? Okay, so then we have this expression, 1x squared plus 5x minus 5x minus 25. Then we split it down the middle. Okay, and we treat this as one expression, we treat this as another expression, and we factorize both of them, yeah? So we factorize 1x squared plus 5x. You can see that x is a common factor, yeah? So you put the x outside, and then we have to find out the contents of the bracket, and to do that you divide this x by into these. So 1x squared divided by x is just x, and x divided into 5x is just plus 5, yeah? So this is one bracket. Then we factorize this half, and we can see that 5 is a common factor, minus 5 is a common factor. Okay, so we put minus 5 outside, and to find out what we put in the bracket, we say what's minus 5x divided by minus 5? That is plus x, yeah? Then we say what's minus 25 divided by minus 5? That is plus 5, okay? So we have x plus 5. Then when we have these x plus 5 and x plus 5 which is the same, you know you've done it right. Then you factorize this out. So x plus 5 is a factor, you put it out here, and that goes into what's remainder. Remainder is an x, take away 5, so it's factorized. Okay, number 2, factorize x squared minus 1. Now we're going to use the difference of two squared law, where a plus b times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. In this case we have 1. 1 is a square number, it's 1 squared. Instead of writing 1, we write it as 1 squared because it's the same, yeah? So we write this as 1 squared minus 1. Sorry, x squared minus 1. We'll write it as x squared minus 1 squared. If we write here this, we can see we've got this special pattern, something squared x squared minus something else 1 squared. If we have that, we use this law, so that will be x plus 1 times x minus 1. So it's factorized. Question 3. 9p squared minus 16q squared. 9 and 16 are square numbers. Their square roots are 3 and 4. So you write it in this form: 3 squared times p squared minus 4 squared times q squared. That is equal to, right, this is 1 squared, take away another square, like this. Difference of two squares. So we write it like this. So this will be 3p plus 4q, one bracket, times 3p minus 4q. So it's factorized. Question 4. 144 minus x squared. So we use again the difference of two squares, yeah? Now this 144 is actually a square number. Its square root is 12. So you write it, instead of like this, you write like this. So 12 squared minus x squared, yeah? So you carry this here. Now that is equal to, this is the difference of two squares, yeah? Like this. So you put it in this form. So that will be 12 plus x times 12 minus x. So it's factorized. Question 5. We've been asked to factorize 2x squared minus 50y squared. Now you can see that 2 is a common factor, so you factorize the 2 out, yeah? And you'll be left with x squared minus 25y squared. 50 divided by 25 is 50 divided by 2 is 25. So it will be x squared minus 25y squared. Okay, now this 25 is a square number. The square root is 5. So you write it using the 5 squared. So this is 2x squared minus 5 squared times y squared. This is 1 squared, take away another squared. So we use this again, difference of two squares. Yeah, so we put the 2 outside, carry this 2, so this will be x plus 5y, one bracket, then it will be x, take away 5y, so it's factorized. Sometimes in exam questions there'll be a difference of 2 squares on top of a fraction or on the bottom, and they'll disguise it, and you have to simplify it. Yeah, so we've been asked to simplify this. So we have x squared minus 36 divided by 5x plus 30. Now this 36 is a square number and its square root is 6. Yeah, so you write it like that, x squared minus 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. Yeah, and on the bottom we have 5x plus 30. Now this can be factorized that you take the 5 out, put the 5 outside, and what's remainder is the x plus the 6. 5 times x is 5x, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, on the top you write it as different to 2 squares. The numerator is a difference of 2 squares, the top number. So this will be x plus 6 times x minus 6. Yeah, so you'll have x plus 6 times x minus 6, and on the bottom you'll have 5 times x plus 6. Okay, then you can see that this red x plus 6 and x plus 6 are the same, so this will divide into this and you get 1. Yeah, so this will be 1 times x minus 6. Yeah, on the top. On the bottom you'll have just 5. So this is the simplified form. Again, question 7, we have 3x minus 21 divided by x squared minus 49. 3 can be factorized from the numerator, so you take 3 out and you'll have x minus 7 on the top. On the bottom you'll have x squared. Now 49 is a square number and its square root is 7, so instead of minus 49 you write it as minus 7 squared. Yeah, so again this is 1 squared take away another squared, this pattern. Yeah, so you write it with 2 brackets with x plus 7 and x minus 7 on the bottom. Yeah, top you have 3x minus 7, so you have the x minus 7 and x minus 7 on the top and bottom, so this will go into this 1 time, so you can cancel out. On the top you'll have left with 3, on the bottom you'll have x plus 7. In this case the denominator, the bottom number, is a difference of 2 squared. Yeah, 2 squares, and 49 is a square number and its square root is 7, so you write it using the 7. Question 8, we have x squared times y to the power 4 minus 4 times z to the power 4. This can be written as x times y squared all squared, or all raised to the power 2, minus this 4z to the power 4 can be written as 2z squared all squared, or all raised to the power 2. So again we have, this is 1 squared, yeah, number squared minus another number squared. So in that case we write as x times y squared plus 2 times z squared times x times y squared minus 2 times z squared. Okay, so again this is x y squared all squared, take away 2z squared all squared, difference of 2 squares. Okay, these last 2 examples where in the exam, in the non-calculator part, they may ask you to multiply this out. Okay, question 9, 50 squared take away 49 squared. Again this is something squared take away something else squared, difference of 2 squares. We know the law that we can use, right? We can simplify this. We can write this as 50 plus 49 times 50 minus 49. 50 plus 49 is 99. 50 minus 49 is 1. 99 times 1 is 99. You don't need a calculator if you use this formula. Last one, 100 squared take away 98 squared. Again difference of 2 squares, so it's 100 plus 98 which is 198, and it's 100 take away 98, which is 2. So it's going to be 198 times 2, which is 396. Okay, for more videos please go to gcsemathsexpert.com. Thank you.